everyone, it's Dr. Sue. Welcome to the short answer, and this is Sophie. So her sister Gracie usually gets to do all the airtime with us, but Sophie was sitting right next to me, and so I gave her a little hug, and she decided she wanted to play along today. So welcome to the short answer. What we're speaking about in the short answer are ways to implement the work of the energy codes into our lives as quickly as possible. And one of the ways that we can do that is to remember love. And this is a very important time in our culture right now, and it's a very important time of the year. We're moving into the holy days, and the holidays are exactly that. They are holy days, and it is a truly opportune time for you to make a tremendous difference in your life. And I realize that the history of one's life can't really be summed up in just a few short moments in a short answer, but I do want to say this, that you landed in the nest that you landed in to be cultivated, to be birthed, to be born, to be nurtured, and it was perfect. And oftentimes our original cause in the world, our reason for birthing ourselves, for coming into this life, to taking a body and incarnating and having this life experience, were to build certain skills on a soulful level, to grow in certain ways, to evolve ourselves. And so we often land in environments where those will be put to the test right from the beginning, right off the bat. And so oftentimes when the holidays roll around, people are having a lot of things stir, and some of it is subconscious, and that non-conscious drive of really wanting to evolve, that the soul is really pushing forward, sometimes can cause strain when we don't have consciousness, the light of our own consciousness on it. And all of a sudden we just start being moody, or we start being a little less patient, and there's just a little edge. And what I want you to realize is that the holy days are surfacing that edge for you. It's happening for a reason. I am so blessed to have been aware of this for the last couple of decades in my life, and have leaned into unpacking those sensations, and have made such tremendous strides in my own life experience of feeling close in situations that I used to feel very distant in, and feeling very connected in areas that I felt disconnected, and feeling no charge inside my system in places where I used to have tremendous charge and withhold and quite a lot of pain. And so I wish for you in this holy day season the ability for you to lean in and to recognize that whatever is happening in your life and whatever is surfacing at this time is happening right on time, and it is perfect. It's truly perfect. And the holy days are holy for a reason that we're going to discuss in the masterclass this evening, leading you into an opportunity to utilize the next month to your advantage, because there is a tremendous energy that comes upon the planet at this time of the year that just isn't available any other time. And so because it is available now, I'd love for you to know how to utilize it. So those of you that will be joining us in the masterclass, we're going to dive into that. Those of you that aren't planning on joining us in the masterclass because you're not part of the Gold membership, I believe there's a button beneath you, your viewing screen right now, that you can click on and plug in time to connect in with us and be a part of this very important time of the year. And for those of you that are just with us for the short answer, and that's all we get this month, then let me say this, that there is a tremendous gift in every surge or charge that exists in your life. There's a tremendous gift for you, and a tremendous opportunity for you to really unpack and unfold into the fullness of your being. And it is your life destiny. It's meant to be for you. And it is the invitation of the energy codes for that opportunity to not take a lifetime to unfold, but to learn how to utilize the very energies that are moving through your body in a manner that will surface in an undeniable way, transformatively in your life. And what we have to do is notice where in the body there is a charge. When there's a charge, thinking about Thanksgiving happening right upon us, like tomorrow. And when there's a charge, thinking about the holidays and maybe family visiting or having commitments or obligations, things that you have on your calendar to do that maybe would be easier for you not to do, or easier just the rest of the year, that you can kind of skate around things and not really have to dive into them. And I really want to invite you to consider this year managing that a little differently. That this year be the year that you lean in, that you open up, and that you ask questions, and that you listen, that you not be so consumed with being heard that you forget to inquire about someone else, that you not be so offended that people in your family don't ask about your life, or don't really have a deep curiosity about what matters to you, that you in turn shift the tide and lean in and offer up what matters to you while you're asking them about what matters to them. Is people want to be heard, people want to be known, and they want to connect, including you, but also including your family and friends, including those that are in your life that are perhaps biological. Maybe they're not what you might reference as your family by choice, the people that you surround yourselves with at this time in your life. But trust me, there is gold in them hills. There is a true opportunity to allow something different to unfold right in front of you if you'll just lean in and explore, inquire, open up. And all of the things that you would love for someone to ask about you and your life and what's happening for you, what matters to you, if you would just freely offer those things. Don't wait for someone to ask. Don't wait and see if they ask or see if they do. I was just in conversation with someone who was sharing that they have a tendency to do that, and they got really rawfully honest with themselves and recognized that they dare people to love them. They sit and they observe, and they just sit back and they see if it's going to go a certain way, and then they get to be offended when it doesn't, and they get to be hurt when it doesn't. And I say those words very conscientiously. I truly mean to invite you into the inquiry of, do you find yourself getting something out of not being known, or not being heard, or not being cared about, or not mattering? Is there something in that for you that is time to let go of? I assure you, if it's there and you know it, it's time to let go of it. And perhaps this year that is coming to a close in our calendar and opening to a new beginning, perhaps this time when the light is on the planet and the energy is serving your great evolutionary impulse, perhaps now is the moment that you could find just one thing that you have held back, that you have kept yourself from experiencing in this life, and you simply imagine what it would be like if you allowed it, and you felt into the body what it would physically feel like if you were living in that way, and you allowed that possibility to become real and live and vital and working as an awakened aspect of your life experience. This is what happens in your life. This is the way people are. This is the way you roll. To truly imagine and land on that, but not just use your mind to do that imagining, but rather to allow your body to play a role. Because when the mind and the body and the breath are working together, you truly build the circuitry for a new reality to unfold. You ground and anchor these new higher vibrations that you are pulling in. And when you ground and embody them, then they begin to impact that rising energy that is coming up and out of you in the form of conversation, or in the form of projects, or in the form of ideas and interpretations. Projections that don't happen anymore because you're allowing something really robust and strong to rise up and free, to rise up and out of you, that engages as your life experience. And so when we learn to do that, then we learn to lead our life experience, and we lead our family relationships, and we lead our dynamics in all kinds of friendships and exchanges, and we lead in our communities, and we lead in our culture. You know, I was just speaking at Celebrate Your Life in Sedona and had just a magnificent experience, and was so honored by the other teachers that were there, telling people that they needed to come to my workshop and learn what I had to say, because it was the leadership of the spiritual conversation of today. And this is Neil Donald Walsh at Conversations with God, saying these things to the audiences. This is Michael Beckwith of Agape saying these kinds of beautifully embracing things. This is Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief, our epigeneticist, who has been so groundbreaking in the science behind our personal development and taking on this leadership role. And so when we're involved in this deep of and rich of a community, and we are able to have these conversations in this way, I know that the guidance that is here for you can take you by the hand and walk you right into the life that you are destined to be living. I have healing retreats coming up right after the first of the year in Colorado, and in the spring in Los Angeles. If you can look on the website and see how you can connect with some step-by-step, multiple days in a row instruction on how to embrace this leader in you that is wanting to birth itself. That's the reason that it came, and it is the reason that we are here in this conversation. And the reason that we are having this particular conversation right now is because the holy days are upon us. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. There is so much to be grateful for, and if there is anything in the way of you experiencing deep gratitude across the board, full keyboard up and down the entire keyboard, not just one octave that you're familiar with or comfortable with, but allowing your soul to dance up and down the entire keyboard of the piano will allow you the true freedom that you are supposed to be experiencing in this life. And so we have so many great friends and so much great family in our conscious community supporting you going back into your family of origin. And perhaps your family of origin only exists in your memory. Perhaps some of you have lost most of your family members. I know that is the case with some people in our community, and I so want to extend a huge loving heart to you all, and to embrace this magnificent time of the year together. There is so much to be grateful for, and when I think about my life and how it has unfolded through this great awakening that I had 18 years ago, which basically took me from a very fearful person into a very free, loving individual that gets on an airplane every week and goes somewhere in the world, sharing this tremendous transformation and the possibility of that in your life with people all around the world. I am eternally grateful, and I am so very grateful for this collective group of people that are plugged into this conversation in this very moment, and so grateful that we get to allow this immense energy that is pouring down through us to exchange together in this beautiful dance that we are dancing together. And it is a beautiful time of the year, as we're about to explore in the master class, why gratitude serves this rising up through the primitive brain to the high brain centers and into the true creatorship that we are intended to be living from. So many, many blessings to my fellow friends that I just spent time with, and the wonderful things that they've had to say about our work, and the many, many wonderful things that they are sharing in their communities at this time as well. So much to be grateful for, and I so look forward to plugging in with you in just a few moments in the master class to give you some specific instructions with what to do in the next 4 to 5 to 6 weeks that will serve you like no other time of the year possibly can. So for the short answer, let's say this: lean in, open up, don't hold back, don't wait for someone to ask. Lovingly share, unconditionally share what you would love for them to know, and remember to ask all the questions that you would love to have be asked in your direction. Many, many blessings to you. Safe travels if you're joining your families and your friends in faraway places, and know that the Energy Codes community is consciously and lovingly holding you in our loving embrace until we get to see each other in the flesh. Many, many blessings, and namaste, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Oh, and there's one more thing. I wanted to let you know that we have a Giving Thanks amazing event happening in our website store. And it is a 50% off of everything regarding books and CDs, DVDs, and digital downloads, starting on Black Friday, and it goes through until midnight of Cyber Monday. If you're interested in purchasing any of the books, DVDs, CDs, or digital downloads, it's 50% off of that. How fun is that, right? So we're giving back in great gratitude to you, and I almost forgot to tell you about it. So blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.